There folks, and welcome to the 6th instalment of Scottishvapes. I shall soon be running out of fingers to present you guys. Today we shall be doing a review on the Smok X Cube 2. Let me do one thing first. Can't get enough of this TF8. Absolutely incredible tank. I'm going to take this off the RX 200 for just now, because we will be putting on the Smok X Cube 2. Let me go through some specs for you first. Size, it's 100 by 60 by 24.5 millimeters. It is 238.6 grams in temperature control mode, TC. Just stick to the anagrams, TC. That can read resistance down to 0.06 up to 3 ohms. It is made from a zinc alloy and stainless steel. It can do 6 watts to 160, but if I'm correct, if you can get your hands on the firmware update, you will be able to do 180 watts, which for some reason I cannot upgrade this for some reason. I've downloaded everything I need to do, but I can't put it onto the mod itself, which sucks. Its voltage output is 0.35 to 8 volts, and in wattage mode you will be able to read down to 0.1 ohms up to a range of 3 ohms once again. Packaging, shall we? Let's take a look at that. So we have the front cover here. We have your QR codes. I'll tell you what's really important about these in a second. You have a little bit about the mod itself on the back. X Cube 2, which says original high-end box mod by Smok. And on the bottom you have your scratch and check authentication and its colour and whatnot. Slide this off. Standard Smok box. And you open this up. And here is the star of the show. So we'll take that out for the time being. And under this little bit of joy, you get a little case for your mod, which still smells new. That's how much I've used it. I don't really use it that much. And even though I don't have inside the box, you do get a USB cable to do your firmware updates, and an instruction manual as well, which unfortunately I think I'd lost, but I'll dive into that later. So let's take a look at the mod itself. Right, the mod itself. Pretty badass, is this on it? Oh yeah! Anyway, let's take a look at this. So, 5 clicks to turn it on. This whole bar here is your fire button, and to get into other options as well. There is your USB port, which does says at the very bottom, not for charging. I don't know if you can see that. Not for charging, for upgrades only. As you can see down here, it says 160 watt TC Bluetooth. That is another important thing I will show you guys. I'll tell you about it. I'll explain in a second. And here is your screen with your plus and minus button. So let's just go ahead and turn it on. You can see that, yeah. It's not the brightest of screens, I'll give you that. But as you can see right there, it does say 150 watt. Let's go ahead. It does ask you for an option if it's a brand new coil, so it can lock the resistance for you whilst you are at it as well. I've got to remember to unlock this thing. Every time I turn it on, it's always locked, and yeah, I never remember it. But there is one cool function I need to show you guys first off. Look here. Yeah, it's got funky disco lights on it, man. Right, so 5 clicks to unlock it. If I can just show you guys. There you go. Ready to vape. I'm going to stop doing that mid review. At least it's better if you can actually see it. Now, this does take two 18650s. As you can see, nice little battery door, held on by magnets. So it's right back into place, which is great. Now, to go into your mode settings, you tap this thing 3 times. I don't know if you'll see it. Bluetooth, mode, what is that? Your lights, puff counter, your general settings, and your power. So what we'll do is we'll go into mode, and it'll tell you memory mode, wattage mode, and temp mode. Now, memory mode is, it's got about 17 different memory mode slots. What you do is you go into it, and you can then adjust the wattage for each and every memory mode you have. And then when you select one, all you do is you click the up and down button to go between them. So right now I've got this set in memory mode 15. So the one up from that will go to 160. And then you scroll and you go back down to 150, 40, 110, 120, 100, 90, 80, so on and so forth, until you go all the way down to it starts off at 40 watts, but I've changed mine, so first 3 watt memory modes have been changed to my personal settings. Now, you can, the reason why this has Bluetooth and the reason why this has QR codes on it is because you can download this app by Smok, which lets you do live readings as you vape. Connect this to your phone or any other device you have that has Bluetooth enabled and has apps downloaded from there, stuff like that. You will be able to do change your wattage, change the colours on your mod itself, see how many puffs you've done, see how long they were, all those things like that. It's basically like a life support machine readout for your mod as you use it. In the UK, it doesn't describe itself as Smok's own, it's something else. But it does become a little bit of a community. Anyone who's got this app you can chat with, talk to issues about it, things like that. I don't know what it's like for the US, but for in the UK, it's like a community-based app, depending on for mods. Really, it's a good idea. Now, functionality, right? So 3 clicks to get into the main setting area. First, they'll come up as Bluetooth. Then you've got mode, LED lights, your puffs, settings, power, and whatnot. We're going to go into the LED section, and you can choose to turn the lights off completely. If you go into the very first one, it'll let you see and change the colour. So I've got it purple, so I'm going to keep it at that, and this is what it looks like. But if we go into it again, and go into, say, the shade, you can do it in a fast speed, speed 1. Basically, you can just change the speed in it. Really, there's not a lot to do with this. It's the same settings readout you'd get in any other Smok mod device. Yeah, your Bluetooth is the first one. Is first. You can see a puff counter as well. I've already had 3 since I just turned this on. You can choose to reset it once you've went into it as well. I usually choose not to because I don't really see a point to it. And as you can see on the main display, you've got your wattage, battery power, your whatever mode you're in for memory. If it's hard hitting, your ohms level, and your voltage, your ohms reading as well. And your volts counter as well, so it will change as you vape as well, so you can tell how many volts you're powering out as well. What can I really say about it? Can I say any more about it? Yeah, I could say more about it, because I'd be wrong if I didn't do that. Now, if you press and hold these two buttons, it will turn the Bluetooth on straight away. So it saves you having to go into this whole menu system. Plus, what I found is once you go into the menu system, if you press and hold the bar, it will select for you straight away. There's no waiting like 10 seconds for it to go into it once you've left it for a while. So you can press and hold the bar, so you can find a quicker way to get to where you want to go fast. So there's no waiting around for 10 weeks for it to change the menu setting, to go into your wattage settings, anything like that. You just press and hold the bar, you go straight into it. To flip the screen, go into your settings, and it'll come up with contrast, and it'll come up with this. And now I've changed the screen around, so now I have to flip it around to that. And now the minus will work as a minus and the plus will work as a plus. Once you flip the screen, the plus and minus buttons are reversed. So the minus is now the plus and the plus is now the minus. Bit irritating, but that's what it seems to do. Other things you can do, you can change the contrast whilst you're in that setting as well. And what else can you do? You can change the daytime, you can adjust your ohms, you can set into this download setting as well. And now I've made the screen bright enough for you guys to see, because I didn't do that before, which is a bit silly of me. But you can now see the screen much more clearly that way. Pros and cons. Let's do that, shall we? For the price of this mod, I am a little bit disappointed that it doesn't do 200 straight off the bat. It is a bit irritating, because I mean I bought this in a shop called Monster Vapes here in Edinburgh for £60 for this, right? Yeah, I bought the RX 200 watt device out the box for £15 extra. I bought it for £45. That isn't right. This should be cheaper, if not the same price. For a 160 watt device, this should be a lot cheaper than what it actually is for me. That is a con for me. The other con is the battery door. If I was vaping it like this, like that, that's all I'm going to do. I'm just going to keep playing with the battery door. The battery door is very, very easy to come off. It's just too easy for me. You've got to hold it with the battery door sitting like that, so your hands are over the bar constantly, so you can vape it whenever you like. That is a huge con, and not one I've seen quite consistently. The other thing for some people is the bar. That might be a con. The fact you've got to use the bar to get into anything rather than having a separate button for up and rather than one little clicky button. That might be a con. Some people might like it, but I mean, I prefer it. I think it's quite cool, but that might be a con to some people. People might not like the bar, but you don't always have to hold the bar down. You can just do like that, and light will come up and you're straight away vaping. Other people might hate it, but that's completely up to you. The other thing as well is the screen. Now, this is a 24, maybe 24.5mm tank, and as you can see here, there is some slight, very, very slight overhang, and it does quite creep into the screen quite a bit as well, and that might annoy you as well. Again, me personally, it doesn't matter because I use it on the RX regardless. I mean, I use the TFE4 on this usually, but yeah, this might be a con for some people. Pros, I think it looks brilliant in silver. I have not, stainless steel should I say, I've not seen it in black. but I do like the way it looks in stainless steel. It's quite a light mod to use. Fits quite well in your hand despite the size of it, because I did think it wouldn't fit so well. You've got good battery ventilation as well. It's easy to get to your batteries for the obvious con. It turns into a con basically. I mean, and even though it's a bit expensive for a 160 watt device, there's one thing I can say: this thing will actually do 180 compared to say the Kbox 200 that claims it can do 200, when I reckon you think it does about the same as this, or a bit more. So there's that. And I like the fact you can change of how hard or how fast it'll fire your tank. So you've got soft, normal, hard. What's the... And max, you've got max as well. Soft, normal, hard, max. So that changes how hard it'll fire, which I prefer. I like that choice, because I reckon each other mod is, if you were going to go by settings, would be about normal. But I like the fact you can change that. But yeah, all round I think this is a good mod. If you were going to start off with getting yourself an 100 watt plus mod, I reckon this would be a good one to start off with. If you want to go for something that was a bit more powerful to work up to, RX 200 will do yourself proud as well. Now, if you follow my Instagram, you might have seen that I posted a video up last night thanking many followers for becoming 200 instead of just being 1. And I want to say that again. Thank you so much for your help, guys. Thank you for your support. I remember starting my Instagram with the hopes of doing reviews and, you know, becoming something a bit bigger than just an Instagram blogger. But and I've done that now. I've started doing reviews, as you guys can see, and you guys seem to like them, and because I've not heard anything bad. But if you do have anything you'd like to see me improve on, or have any tips and advice for me, again, I'm open to that. I'm open to criticism. So if you guys can, please give me some sort of advice, anything like that. As before, please like and subscribe. Drop a comment if you have anything advice, as I said, or anything you like about the X-Cube 2 or even the TFV8. And that's pretty much that done for the day. But I will be doing a review, possibly tomorrow, maybe Tuesday night, on this, the TFRTA. And this, I do have the G4 format for this as well. So make sure you pop by later on sometime in the week for that review. And at some point this week I will do the Aspire Cleto tank as well. Anyway, that's all from me. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you later.